Broncos Country. It's week 3. We got the prime time game, Sunday Night Football, Broncos versus 49ers. Holy crap. The rest of the AFC West has lost today, putting the Broncos in a prime position to come up where we need to come up big. What changes did the Broncos make in practice this week? What changes did the Broncos make this week in terms of game management? We will see. Let's hope they finally figure out how to make it click, y'all. This is the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast, the Get Bucked pregame show.
Broncos Country, let's ride.
Oh boy. I knew you'd like that. What's up, Broncos Country? What's up, NRW Crew? It is game day. Welcome to the Get Bucked pregame show. I am currently your host, because Isaiah's on his way. He is running a little bit behind. Johnny Baki with me, my cousin, childhood best friend, my buddy, Jay Dreamweaver Weaver.
What's up? I am here. I am so happy that we're at the precipice of the game here. I'm watching pregame on my other screen. It's here. We get to see it. So excited to talk about it with you.
Oh, dude, I'm pumped. I'm pumped, y'all. It's game day.
Yeah.
Man. I love it. I love it. So we've already got, real quick, I'm just going to get the housekeeping stuff out of the way. Boom. Yeah. This is the Get Bucked pregame show. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please, boom, like, subscribe, share, comment. Come on, guys. If you ain't giving us a sub on YouTube, jump on over there. Give us that. It helps us out. Smash that thumbs up. That helps us with the algorithm as well. Share it out there. We want to build this family. That's what this is. This is a Broncos family united in orange and blue, because nothing rhymes with orange and blue. Anyway, woo! They all want to be part of the NRW crew, but they don't know it yet. So it's up to you to make it happen. Share it out there, guys. Jump in the comment stream. That way you can interact with us. We can interact with you. It's a blast. We love it. Let's go. It's game day. Don't forget, we have 2 other shows currently. Thursdays at 7654 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter is the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. That's right. That's myself and that guy over there, Jay Dreamweaver Weaver. And after the game tonight, about a half an hour after the game is over, as soon as we can get started, we're going to do the Buck Your Feelings post-game show. Do not miss it, guys, because you're going to get to come in there, win or lose. You're going to have feelings, good or bad. You're going to want to buck them. So get in there. Let's buck those feelings after the game together. Jay, would you please toss up the merch store for us, the master of merch? What in the world did you just do?
Well, it's not my first rodeo, but it kind of is. But let me tell you about rodeos. We got this killer design in the merch store. I'm highlighting today the mugs and drinkware. You know what? It is the perfect time to either recover from last night with a nice cup of joe here, or get after it midday, get some hydration in. We got some nice water cups. We got some, I know there's some glittery ones for the girls down here. Where were they? Yeah! Oh, there it is. Absolutely. I mean, my gosh, that is diamonds are forever. All right. So get your loved one of these. Them thing shines. But you know what? We got a lot of great stuff. I mean, we've gone over so many different things that we got out here, but I like these mugs.
They're great.
Myself and I'm going to be tipping back on, a couple beverages throughout the night. So,
as will I, as always.
Think about the container in which that liquid is, confined to. So, keep this in mind at the merch store.
Yeah. At the merch store, get yourself some NRW swag, NRWOB swag. All right, guys. Now it is time. It is pre-game, y'all. Less than an hour before, or about an hour before kickoff. Here we go. We've already got a bunch of you in the chat. We got Shadowjacker D-Rock saying, Broncos Country, mount up and let's ride. I love it. KB82 coming in here, the 101st ranked Broncos podcast. LOL. JK, love you guys. Let's go Broncos. Yeah, well, you know what? I'd rather be on the 101st ranked podcast than the 82nd ranked podcast. Just saying. Dave Glassman in here saying, I'm on time. Jeez, wow, it is good to see you in here, Dave. Our boy who we had on the other night for his possible debut for the Nothing Rhymes. Ty White Tunis saying, what's up, guys? He says, very nice. He says, Chargers, Raiders, Chiefs, all lost. Hope Denver can get the win at home for first place. And Sertan and Judy are playing, and Jewel. You know what? We're going to go over that injury report. I am feeling so at ease with the inactives for today. Rob Myrick of Orange Weekly says, what's up, boys? He also says that the Raiders, Chiefs, and Chargers all lost. And Dave Glassman brings up Tom Brady falls on 2-point conversion. Packers win 14-12. It always feels good to watch Tom Brady lose, especially when he shoots himself in the foot.
Yeah.
Man, it is game day though. Broncos Country, NRW Crew. It's game day. Broncos versus Niners. Primetime football. Man, I'm pumped. I'm pumped, Jay.
Dude, every single time the first primetime game at home, I always circle that because we always get fun jerseys that aren't normal. We always get that primetime feel to it.
They're doing the blue tonight, Broncos Country.
I got that blue jersey hanging. I'm ready to go for that. But it has a special feel in Denver at night, whether it be Sunday night or Monday night. There's just something different about it.
The crowd's more pumped. I mean, not the environment, but the atmosphere. It's different. I remember as a kid going to primetime games with our grandfather, and it just felt different. And I'm talking at the old Mile High. So I mean, I remember going to these primetime games, those South stands on a primetime, at night in Denver. there was nothing like those. I mean, the South stands are always awesome, but either way, there's just such an energy, such an electricity in the air in Denver in a night game.
Yep.
KB82 gives me a correction. Tom Brady didn't shoot himself in the foot. I have him mixed up with Talib. Okay, you're right, but still, Tom Brady didn't he didn't capitalize. He didn't make it happen. So happens.
It does.
Let's see. Always different. Even when Denver's losing, we sell out the stadium.
You're totally right.
As it should be, because I mean, I got myself on the list for season tickets, and I think I'm like 33,000 behind, the next person up. So, I mean, I'll probably never see myself get those season tickets.
And that list continues to grow by the minute, I'm sure.
I mean, let's just talk about it a second. Fred J for season tickets. God, how much do we wish Grandpa could have kept those tickets and passed them on to us?
Yeah, I mean that.
We were just teenagers, though, and I get he just,
I mean, I could have, I don't know, sold a kidney or something at that time to try and alleviate.
Hey, you got two. You only need one.
Yeah, it's true. What you doing? Wasteful.
I love it. So anyway, all right, Broncos, Niners at home at night. What are we most excited about?
Dude, I don't know. I'm secretly really excited. Nobody's talking about it. Like, I'm excited to see Kyle Shanahan back in Denver. I think that's going to be kind of special in and itself. I wonder if we're going to see Mike. I don't know why we wouldn't. I'm fairly positive he still resides in Denver.
I said it the other day. I hope Mike Shanahan gets himself right behind the San Francisco 49ers bench wearing his Ring of Fame orange jacket.
Yeah.
Heckling his son the whole time. It'd be the greatest thing ever.
Oh.
There's a boo, you suck, dude. Shanahan sucks. Who said that?
But it's kind of sad. I mean, he was a ball boy at one point. I mean, the kid like grew up a Bronco. So it's kind of, it's special. It's very special for him to come back on a primetime game. And then aside from that, I mean, we're also facing a team that was in the NFC Championship last year.
Right.
Like, this is a great football team. This is by far the hardest opponent we've had this year. This is the true test. This is, in my look, this is the first real regular season game that is going to be like, wow, we're on paper, we're right with them, or we're overmatched. Like, this is big boy.
Yeah, I mean,
now.
you look at the Vegas odds. If you wouldn't mind bringing those up, by the way, while we're doing this.
I got it right here, bud.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still
weirdly enough, it hasn't moved. That's another thing about this. This is very weird to me, at least. It's been a 1.5 spread basically the entire time. Now, the money is on the San Francisco side of things, but I mean, as far as the line in and itself, it is almost dead even. It's a pick'em game, so there's no perception that this is going to be San Francisco's game to lose. Like, this is our game. Like, this is our coming out party. Yeah. And Vegas thinks it as well.
I mean, we'll see what happens. Dave in the house saying I put a Jackson on the Broncos on the money line and the under. So there you go.
Over under 45, FYI. Yeah.
Okay. All right. 45. All right. That helps me out for later on when we do our pick'em. KB82 saying Broncos' new secret weapon, an assistant coach who knows what to do on fourth down. So let's talk about this. One of the biggest concerns going into this week is absolutely it is. I mean, there's no way around it. Game management and clock management, right?
Yep.
Nathaniel Hackett showing that, he is a rookie head coach. I think I said it on Thursday. I have no concern that he'll get there, but right now he's not there. And it's been blatantly obvious, disgustingly obvious that he has not yet figured out how to do that. So the Denver Broncos go out and hire, a 40-year veteran coach, Jerry, is it Roseburg or Rosberg?
Rosberg, I believe.
I mean, this guy has been around the league for, he retired. He actually retired and then came back for this job.
Yep.
So that's actually kind of cool. He's been hired as a senior assistant. He will advise Nathaniel Hackett on game management during the game and probably just during the week. Sitting down, watching film and being like, okay, so here's where I would have done this, or here's where you should do this. Right.
Yep.
They hired him on Friday, and, he'll be up in the booth. He won't be on the sideline, but he'll be in Nathaniel Hackett's ear. and he, let's see, where's he been? He was with the Cleveland Browns from 01 to 06. He was with the Falcons in 2007, the Ravens from 2000, and then 10 years with the Ravens, 08 to 2018.
This is everybody, I think, is focused on the humbleness that it takes a head coach to admit he needs help. And everybody has an opinion on that. But honestly, I look at this situation as the very first instance we can point to say, wow, we have an owner that will literally write a check for whatever will improve this football team. Anything they need, whatever you need.
I hadn't even thought about that. I hadn't even thought about that, the money aspect of it. But you're right.
We just added a position that didn't exist. Like,
I like what you're saying.
Added position.
Yeah, I love what you're saying. Hey, you need somebody out there who can tell you what the best use of the team's time is going to be. Yep. Boom. Here you go. Here's a check. Go get him. Go get somebody who retired years ago. Beg him to come back into the NFL just to help you out for a little while.
And people don't come out of retirement for pennies.
So. No, gosh, no, definitely not. But I want to go back to the original thing you said on that, which is humility.
Yeah.
I mean, I am, me, and I am a huge, huge proponent of being humble and owning your mistakes and all that. To have the humility to be like, look, I need some help.
Yep.
Like, I don't got this. I thought to him, he's like, I think I thought I had it, but I don't have it right now. So I'm going to go get somebody who's had it in the past, who can show me how to have it, and then I'll get it.
Yep.
Boom. I love it. It
solidifies the exact opinion that we've had all off season about him as far as what type of leader he is.
Exactly.
What type of figurehead he is going to be in this organization. And it continues to be just exuding that personality. Just complete opposite of Vic Fangio, who would never admit he's wrong, never admit he doesn't know something, never admit there's any flaws. Everything's perfect. I'm just so happy.
Our number three be in the house. There he is. Number 3. Hey, hang on. We got to do this right, though, because this is actually technically your show, host.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Buck Game Day Show. Like this channel, subscribe to the channel.
Isaiah, we've already done the housekeeping. We've already done the housekeeping, so hush it.
All right.
Welcome to your own show, Isaiah. It's nice to see you.
Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah, no, you can leave. No.
Hey, Professor of Perseverance.
Yep. I met him today at Walmart while I was picking myself up some new duds for my new job.
There you go.
Ty Judas in the house. By the way, Isaiah, I don't know if you actually caught Thursday's show. Ty was awesome.
Hey, Ty! Yeah, round of applause for Ty.
So we loved it. But I was at Walmart today picking up some new business casual duds, some new slacks and polos for my new job, and I ran into the Professor of Perseverance right here in an aisle, and he turns out he himself is a podcaster, and that's his channel is Professor of Perseverance. He talks about he discusses disability and dealing with disability, making something of yourself, not listening to what the world tries to tell you can or can't do. Real good guy, and I can't wait to actually watch one of his shows as a disabled veteran myself.
That's tremendous. Not enough energy like that in the world.
No,
that's
he gave us a subscribe, and in turn I gave him a subscribe. So real cool.
Heck yeah, Professor.
I wanted to real quick pull up KB82's previous comment here. He's secretly excited to see Josie in the game. I'm not secretly excited at all. Josie's my homeboy. I love Josie Jewell.
We got the quarterback of one side of the ball back. Like, that's a massive thing.
Yeah,
he's got the green dot.
The injury report came out. Did you guys see the updated
injury report? We were actually I got it up to put up when we get a chance whenever you want to do that. We can talk about today's inactives. We were just discussing before you jumped in. We were discussing the hiring of Jerry Rosberg to as the what do they call it? Game management coach.
Yeah.
To help Nathaniel Hackett manage the game. He's going to be sitting up in the booth in Hackett's ear, giving him, timeout here. Don't call a timeout here. Call, this would be a better time for this, that. Doing better with clock management, game management. So
Johnny, you and I spoke about this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you and I spoke about this yesterday. I think the only criticism I have with that is that George Payton didn't hire someone sooner for that role because everyone has that. But I like the fact that Nathaniel Hackett was humble enough to take a step back and say, hey, instead of hurting the team because I think I can fix it myself, let me go get a guy who can help me. And so that way we can help this team move forward together. Because clearly it has just as much as a role in hurting or helping the team as the players do.
Right. Real quick, I forgot to do it. Professor of Perseverance. You're a new name to the show, so we always toast with our beverages. Here's to you. Welcome to the NRW Crew, Professor. What? How did you forget a beverage? What's wrong with you?
I remember I just got here.
You could have grabbed a beverage on the way in.
I definitely would have stopped and got beer, but I was getting
holy guacamole.
Josie's going to be huge for the run game. He's definitely going to be huge for stopping the run game. Draymond Jones and DJ Jones are both active. Josie Jewell being the quarterback of the defense, being a fantastic run stopper. The goal is to try and make Jimmy Garoppolo throw the ball and let the secondary cause turnovers and create pressures. And with that injury report, Quinn Miners is back. I think I asked a question because I wasn't sure. Graham Tidekey. Am I pronouncing his name correctly?
Graham Tidekey. Or Tidekey. I've heard it both, but I'm pretty sure it's Tidekey.
He replied to me. He just let me know. I was like, oh, Quinn Miners is back. He said he's back. He's dressing, but he won't start. I think that's what he said.
Yeah. But looking here, I brought it up on the screen. It's kind of funny. Actually, I'll bring that up in just a second. I'm going to take that out for a second. So looking at it, right, this week we had what was it? 7 listed as questionable for the game. And of those 7, 6 will be active. So Jerry Jeudy will be in the game. KJ Hamler will be in the game. Pat Surtain, Quinn Miners, Draymond Jones, Josie Jewell, all 6 of them.
Everyone recognizes how big a game this is. This is a game where, you know what, you dress. You're good to go if you're 80%.
Well, what it is that also part of it is that a lot of people miss out on is that they do these and they come out with these as also a chess match against other teams. Because it's hard to game plan against Jerry Jeudy when Jerry Jeudy is questionable until 2 hours before the game starts.
Exactly. And I said that to you earlier in the week, did I not?
I don't remember.
Of course you don't. But I did.
So it's hard to game plan against PS2 when PS2 isn't active until 2 hours. For example, I didn't know anything about Quinn Miners. I didn't know Quinn Miners was going to even be active today. But I mean, you have all these guys coming up who are questionable. So if you're an opposing coach, you're looking at the inactives, the roster, the game plan. Like, okay, I'm gonna put this guy here, put this guy here. No, that's not going to work out there. And then you find out, oh, he's active. Now we have to change the whole game plan.
Yep.
So
it changes everything.
We're just missing Justin Simmons and Tim Patrick.
There's still a few out, and I'll bring that up now. These are our inactives going into this game. Hang on. I got to go down to it. Here we go.
It here if you need it.
There we go. Jalen Virgil.
Bro, do you know that the Raiders are 0-3? LOL.
I know.
I love it. West team fell today. And so
now, great job, Josh. Keep it going.
Yes, they're 0-3. I said this, and I was talking to because if you guys I was in Nashville earlier. It's full of Raider fans. I was driving. I was like, why are so many people wearing Raiders jerseys? I was like, are the Raiders playing the Titans today? It's just they just flooded all over Nashville.
There's idiots everywhere, Isaiah.
Josh McDaniels doesn't know how to scheme his weapons.
He never has.
With Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller and Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs, what teams are doing is they're like, okay, we're just going to double team Devontae Adams. We're going to make you throw to somebody else. And they're losing.
Yeah. Now, looking right here, just so I can get it off the screen, our inactives today are Jalen Virgil, Tyree Cleveland, 2 wide receivers there. Neither one of them necessarily a starter, right?
I think that's great. That's a
good
news.
Darius Phillips, one of our backup string cornerbacks. DeLaren Turner-Yell, our rookie safety. Jonathan Cooper, second-year edge rusher, which kind of sucks. I love Jonathan Cooper, and I want to see more of him, but it is what it is. Billy Turner, who is supposed to be our starting right tackle, but we still haven't seen.
Another Juwan.
And then our rookie defensive lineman and Yoma Awazarike.
Yeah, that's a good inactive list because most of those people are either rookies, and there's only one starter on that list, and that's Billy Turner.
Which you know what, doesn't hurt me that bad because we still haven't seen him dress out.
Yeah, and Cam Flemings, our offensive line has done actually a really good job so far this season. Cam Flemings looked like he wants that starting right tackle spot. I mean, he's doing good. So Billy Turner, and a lot of people on Twitter were like, "Oh, what's with Billy Turner? He's so soft." But a lot of people who don't know is what we know on Nothing Rhymes because we are top-notch analysts at the Nothing Rhymes Network. You like that? You like that?
Yeah, I do. I love it.
Analysts at the Nothing Rhymes Network is we know that the reason why Billy Turner is inactive every week, even though he's a full participant in practice, is because Billy Turner is not in football shape.
No, he's not.
Correct. He did fully practice this week.
Yes, he did.
I expect him to start against the Raiders.
I mean, I hope so. We hope so. But either way, you know, that nobody on that inactives list truly right now gives me any kind of fear or pause. And that's saying something considering that this whole week we've been like, oh God, Jerry Jeudy, oh God, Pat Surtain, Josie Jewell, Quinn Miners, oh no. And like we're sitting here on game day like none of the ones that had me nervous are on that list.
Yo.
Hallelujah. Morning glory.
Yes.
I mean, it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I'm super excited for this game, Sunday night game. This is the spotlight. Every AFC West, the Chiefs fell to the Colts. Okay. I like that. The Chiefs fell to a team that got blown out and shut out by Jacksonville the week prior.
And tied with Houston.
Matt Ryan's skeleton beat them today. That is just nuts.
Matt Ryan's skeleton.
You guys want to see that body?
The Jaguars are an AFC South juggernaut, or they're a sleeper team because the Jaguars just beat the Chargers, right?
Yeah, they're.
Oh, they destroyed them.
What was the score? I didn't even see the score.
Huh?
What was
the final score?
I want to say it was like 38-10 or something, or 31-10 or something.
You got beat that bad by the Jaguars?
Yeah.
The point I'm getting at, the point I'm making is the Chiefs
38-10. Good God, the Chargers suck.
The Chiefs lost to got blown out by Jacksonville. Jacksonville then turns around and beats the Chargers, who everybody before the season was just these guys are Super Bowl contenders, AFC. I put them in the top. I rank them here. I mean, just all over the Chargers. Then they get blown out by the Jaguars. And then the Raiders are now 0-3. So basically what I'm getting at is the AFC West is wide.
It's up for grabs. Look, like you said, the Chiefs just the Chiefs just got beat by the shambling corpse of Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, and then it just on and on and on. It's getting exciting. And again, you said it. It's up for grabs. It's wide open. We can start taking this division right now.
Yes.
All we gotta do is play proper.
Isn't it funny that we go into this season thinking this is like the best division in NFL history, and like we're good? We look all right. Like we look fine. We obviously we're gonna have a slow start compared to the rest of these teams in our division, but like. Not impressed at all with.
No, I mean,
the thing with these things is Dave Full-Glassman says Jackson is better than we thought. I agree, but I also think the Chargers aren't as good as everyone thought they were. And to go down the AFC West totem pole with the Raiders, their defense is absolutely atrocious. They have, besides Max Crosby and Chandler Jones, who I really haven't heard much of.
Speaking of the totem, I did add a retro helmet to my totem.
I like that. But I don't know much about Chandler Jones, but the Raiders defense is atrocious. That's why teams are putting up so many points. The blueprint for the Chargers, which is pressure, because the Chargers
big time
have a run game.
No, the pressure is the way you beat
the pass, make them run. They do not have a run game. And then the Chiefs losing to the Colts. I'd have to go back and watch the film.
I mean, Austin Eckler's okay when he's active, but you know, I don't think he's as big a weapon as a lot of people thought he was going to be. In fact, he's a bigger weapon in the pass game than he is in the run game for the Chargers. Austin Eckler.
Yes, he's a pass catching running back. And I think that's one thing that either they'll trade for in the offseason. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Melvin Gordon went back to the Chargers.
Let's not talk about that. We're not even discussing that possibility right now. Okay.
You
know what? I wish your name was Jay right now, because the other night I came up with a way to tell Jay to hush it. I told him, Jay, I need you to be a little less Jay and be a little more Silent Bob. Okay.
Who's Silent Bob?
Oh my God. You don't know Star Wars and you don't know Silent Bob?
You don't know Jay and Silent Bob? Clerks 2? You're fired.
One of us has made a gross error.
Shadow Jacker says Jacksonville are good. The Dolphins are good. The Dolphins beating the Bills.
Yeah.
And I said before this, I said, hey, Miami's look out for Miami.
Miami was a sleeper going into this season.
I don't think Miami will beat them again. Because when
for the AFC East, not a chance. But
that's impressive though. They're undefeated. I think the Buccaneers are losing to the Packers right now. So I think there's only the Chiefs lost. So I think the Dolphins are the only undefeated team in the NFL, if I'm correct.
Yeah. Look, yeah, you're right. Now, Shadow Jacker now says you're canceled. The fact that you don't know Jay and Silent Bob. I honestly, I'm waiting for the comment line here to just blow up, roasting you for not knowing.
I don't know.
That's like not knowing Friday, Isaiah.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes, it is. Actually, the Clerks movies, and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, like those movies are absolutely.
I promise you, it's not the same as not knowing.
It's like not knowing Friday.
Roller hockey on the roof, Isaiah. You don't even know. Like, it just.
Is it from a show? Is it from a movie?
They're movies. They're movies. Huh?
What are the name of the movies?
Clerks 2, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and then they even had Jay and Silent Bob, a new one. I can't remember the name of the new one that came out recently.
Thank you.
Okay, Dave Glassman says Isaiah is black and gets a pass. Wait, how come he gets a pass? But if I said I'd never seen Friday, he would have roasted me alive.
Because Friday's universal.
No, it doesn't work that way.
I don't know about that.
Clerks is universal.
Shadow Jacker, it's not like knowing Friday. Maybe. Okay, let's.
No, he says it kind of is.
Let's say there's a spectrum. This is me on this side of the spectrum in this community, and there's Johnny on this other side, and I guess maybe on this side of the spectrum. I guess that's like not knowing Friday on that side. First 3 is coming out.
Oh,
yeah.
Holy guacamole.
Yeah, Shadow Jacker says I'm black and I've seen him. So
I don't know what.
Will somebody get you a Happy Meal?
Yes, I love that.
All right, going up here real quick.
A lot of that.
I want to go back to this comment that was made a while ago by KB82, but I've been saving it. He says he hopes that Mike Shanahan tells Kyle he's grounded for not doing the dishes 15 years ago, so he can't show up to the game.
God, that's great. You can just see it right now with his red face.
Oh, there they are. They're hitting the field. Love it.
Oh, baby.
All right, let's see. Yeah, Dogma was in the franchise. I mean, Dogma was fantastic. They're hysterical.
Mallrats?
Yeah, Mallrats, Dogma, they're hysterical. They're classic.
Gosh.
I know the movie Dogma. That movie I do know.
They're classic movies, dude. They're hysterical. Kevin Smith at his greatest. Period. Anyway, moving on. Let's get away from that because we need to talk more Broncos, right? Okay, so we've already talked about it. The inactives list not giving us too much pause.
Yep.
I think we need to talk a little bit about keys to the game.
I was going to say, yeah. Who's
perfect because
who's going to get highlighted here?
Into my segment, couple polls that I put up.
Okay. All right.
For key matchups and keys to the game. So we're gonna go here. Tell me how it's looking.
All right. Nothing. I can't see anything. Oh, there it is.
Okay. So one of the polls I put up was, this seemed like 100% quick, easy one. There was no question about it. I said if PS2 is used as a plaster cornerback tomorrow, meaning that he shadows a specific receiver, who would you choose? Deebo Samuel and George Kittle. So
it's Deebo Samuel all day long.
Do you think they'll use him like that in this sense against San Francisco, or how do you think everyone's going to approach?
Well,
guarding these receivers?
One, I think. I'm sorry, Jay, unless you want to go first.
Well, I know you foreshadowed on the show on Thursday
I
that you
did.
think Brandon Ayuk is going to be
The one that they put.
likely candidate because Debo is a
he's a wide back.
Army knife. He's utilized as a halfback a lot and runs the ball like a halfback, kind of like Cordell Patterson, kind of in that same vein. So I don't know. I think that he will probably shadow Debo when he's not in the backfield, only because from a body type perspective, he's very comparable to DK Metcalf. And we all saw how that already, played out. So I'm confident in that matchup. I just, Brandon Ayuk doesn't scare me. George Kittle scares me. So I don't know.
Well, normally with the Broncos, for whatever reason, today is the day that Brandon Ayuk has a huge game.
Probably.
So if we know anything based off Broncos defense history, we'll do a good job of containing George Kittle and Deebo Samuel, and Brandon Ayuk will just absolutely go off.
It could be.
But I think Ronald Darby's going to be guarding him. I think K1's going to be on George Kittle, and I think PS2 is going to be on Debo when he's lined up out there.
Look, here's what I think. I don't think that the Broncos are just going to run exclusively in man. Okay, like you can't, not against the 49ers.
No,
you're gonna have to mix it up between man coverage and zone coverage. So, I mean, obviously there will be moments where you have Patrick Surtain plastering a specific wide receiver. With Josie Jewell back, I think it'll be a lot easier, because of his instincts to contain the middle of the field and shut down George Kittle. But obviously, though, that's going to be more in zone than it is going to be in man-to-man. So I think you're going to see a bit of both. I think if Brandon Ayuk is on the field at the same time as Deebo Samuel, I think you plaster Patrick Surtain on Brandon Ayuk just because he is the deeper threat.
Yeah. And
then you throw someone like Ronald Darby on Debo, or even K1 Williams can work on shutting down Debo if it's his own scheme.
Well, all I know is that the Broncos are underdogs. And moving on to the next,
not much under. We already talked about that.
There's been polls where the majority of people think that San Francisco is going to win.
Money's on San Francisco.
We're going to go to the next one. Keys part of the key matchups. Which matchup is more exciting? We will discuss this tomorrow. Yeah, I said that which matchup, and that's Garrett Bowles versus Nick Bolsa. And I think I should have reworded this better, but it was Garrett Bowles versus Nick Bolsa and Bradley Chubb versus Trent Williams. I think more exciting is going to be Bradley Chubb versus Trent Williams, but in my opinion, I think the most important is Garrett Bowles versus Nick Bolsa.
Okay. I like that this poll came up 50-50. Bowles versus Bolsa, Chubb versus Williams. I like that it came up 50-50 because, in my opinion, both are just as exciting. They're not mutually exclusive. Both are just as important, going to be just as exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, either way.
Johnny, please read this comment because I want you to read it and I want you to eat crow. I want you to
salivate over it.
Crow.
I'm not eating crow. I never said Draymond wouldn't be incredible.
No, I mentioned this. I said, hey, Draymond Jones kind of reminds me of like an Aaron Donald.
Okay.
You're like no.
To be fair. That's another one we have to add to the soundboard, by the way. To be fair. But to be fair, at the point that you asked me that question, nobody in the history of football has been Aaron Donald.
One of us.
He's a one-of.
Nobody. He is a one of a kind. He is a unicorn. Like, he is the last unicorn. He's the last surviving mermaid. He does like such a thing has never existed up to this point. So when you made that comparison, I'm like, meh.
Well, because here at Nothing Rhymes Network, we have fantastic analysts who are ahead of the game and can see talent just like anybody else can.
Well, let me make a connection in that though. Let's make a connection to that tonight. Evero just beat this offense in the NFC Championship last year.
Mm-hmm.
Just handled Deebo Samuel.
And don't forget, we must not forget that our defensive line coach came from the Rams. And so when Draymond Jones spoke in his post-game interview after the game, he was like, oh, they had me lining up in different places. And so they do the same thing when he came from the outside. They do the same thing with Aaron Donald. They use him as that chess piece. They move different places in pass rush. So the defensive line coach that coached Aaron Donald is doing the same thing with Draymond Jones on the defensive line. And you're correct with Evero.
Shadow Jacker does remind me that there was someone like Aaron Donald once, and that was Warren Sapp. Okay, that is, I mean, it's comparable. It's comparable.
He makes a good. He also says, I don't think Chubb will be as effective because Trent Williams is good, which brings us to what you bring up. And I think, guys, that because Bradley Chubb won't be effective, Draymond Jones would have a monster game.
Yeah.
It very well could happen. I mean, isn't it so nice that we have basically spies on our team that know the 49ers in DJ Jones and K'Waun Williams? Then we also have Russell Wilson from the Seattle perspective, who has dominated San Francisco over his career. And then, we have Evero, who's already knows how to play them against, from the Rams' point of view. So, we've got all bases covered going into this game as far as the intelligent X's and O's matching up with what Kyle Shanahan likes to do. And you shouldn't be surprised by anything.
We have our defense plays against that offensive play scheme.
Yes.
So our offense, Nathaniel Hackett can give some insight. He's played against the 49ers on several occasions in the playoffs and the regular season, whatever the case may be. So I think in a sense of knowledge of the other team's scheme and players, I definitely think, because
let's be honest, Nathaniel Hackett's scheme is not that much of a departure from Kyle Shanahan's scheme.
Not to mention, one thing that we have not mentioned, our offensive line coach is from San Francisco.
Yeah.
Butch Berry was the assistant offensive line coach in San Francisco.
Yes.
He's our offensive line coach. So what we've done is we've poached from the Rams, the Packers, and the 49ers. And now that we played the 49ers, we have a plethora of information.
Three NFC, three of the playoff teams from the NFC last year.
Yeah.
And the champion.
Tom Compton from San Francisco as well.
I like this. I love do you have any more polls, or can we take this down?
Yeah, I'm drop that.
Okay. I love this one that Shadow brings up. Let's recover some fumbles today, boys. Grab them balls.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to get a hat like that now. Grab them balls. I want to make that into a hat.
Well, I posted this a while ago too. Between Draymond Jones, Bradley Chubb, and Randy Gregory, they have 5 sacks and 5 forced fumbles.
I love it. By the way, real quick, this is just something to Shadow Jacker, to our boy D-Rock, Shadow Jacker. Hit me up on Twitter. I've got something to talk to you about, brother.
Yes, you heard the man. So 5 sacks, 5 forced fumbles going into week 3. So, everybody talks about it. A lot of balls have not bounced our way. So we need to start
literally
bounce our way so we can grab the balls.
Grab them balls. Grab your balls, boys.
And that's definitely what
I'm doing it right now. I'm sorry, I had to adjust. Anyway,
this is the game where the rubber meets the road. We've got the traction. This could be our coming out
leather,
party.
Jay.
We don't have
made of leather, not rubber.
Oh,
what's disappointing me, which I think will change today, is we do not have any interceptions.
No, we don't. Now, here's my question to you guys. All right, so we've talked about some keys to the game there, but okay, we've already talked about the fact that Jerry Rossberg is here now to help Nathaniel Hackett with our game management. Is this the game that Russell Wilson truly takes off? Do you think so? I do. I said before the season that it would take 3 weeks. That would take about 3 weeks to truly start to get in a groove. Do you agree? Do you think that this will be the one where Russ finally starts to not just cook, but just starts to really find his niche in the orange and blue?
Go, Isaiah.
I think this is where the chemistry, the marriage of Nathaniel Hackett and Russell Wilson really shows its ugly head. And I think it's just a dominant game. I predict 35-17 because I think this is just a revenge, silence the crowd. And
silence of the land.
This is the game. I have 100% the game.
All right. I mean, I love it. I don't disagree with you, and I love the enthusiasm there. So we already know it now that Isaiah is already predicting the over.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, so am I. I truly think this is going to be one of those games where we start running the ball. We don't start the second half running the ball. It's like we need our second halves to be the full game. And
Sure.
I just kind of feel like, and I've said this multiple times, I feel like we've played 2 different games in 2 different halves. From strategy, play formation, just the role of things. So if we could just be consistent in that, actually run the ball, I think this is going to be a massive game for Pookie. I predict he's going to get the all-sacred 100 yards on the ground and at least a touchdown for Pookie tonight. That's my pick.
Oh, I love it. Hang on. We got to do it.
Yeah. Pookie.
There's the take. Pookie cooks.
Yeah.
Pookie cooks. And I'm gonna hit it again.
Wow, is very nice.
Mm-hmm. And over. And how?
We got a 6'10" Mexican, our old buddy Adon Diaz in the house saying, "Let's go Broncos!
Let's go."
D-Rock saying, "Oh snap, 6'10" is here. Sup, dude?" I love it. Shadow Gregory will be the key today. I don't disagree.
He's been fantastic.
Yes.
Everybody questioned so much on George Payton's decision to go to pass on Chandler Jones and Von Miller and go pick up Randy Gregory. Dude, Randy Gregory has been worth every single penny, and he's only played 2 games or 3 games for us so far.
I agree.
2 games.
Over here, while you guys are talking, I'm gonna I over here have Pro Football Reference where because one thing we're talking about is keys to the game, and this definitely gives us an insight and a look into where we line up on keys to the game.
Giving you a quick time check. Kickoff is in like 20 minutes.
Okay, so we'll cut this off in 5 minutes. 5
to 10. That way I can have time to go finish prepping my food, which we have to talk about. We have to talk about our food one more time, as we always do. We always talk pregame. We always talk about our food choice for the day. And then, I'm going
to fly through this then. So as you can see, San Francisco has us has the edge. The takeaway differential, fumbles have not gone our way. And
no, because the balls literally have bounced right into the hands of the team when we forced the fumbles.
Yeah,
and
so
then of course we've struggled to recover.
We recovered many. Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams both fumbled the football. Cortland Sutton had the ball taken out of his hands. So takeaway differential, we don't turn the ball over. Points scored per game, that changes now because we weren't getting in the red zone. But they're almost pretty even. Points allowed per game, we're dead even. The defense, this is going to be a slug in the mud defensive game because neither team allows points. Passing yards per game, they don't throw the ball. They rely heavily, as you can see here, on the run game. But this is very important because let's talk about the balance between the Broncos' run game and pass game. And let's look at the San Francisco 49ers. As you see, they run the ball. They're 4th in the NFL in rushing yards per game, 182. They're almost last in passing yards.
Yes.
I don't think that's going to change much with Jimmy Garoppolo. They don't pass the ball, so they're going to rely heavy on the run game. But if you go over here and look at the Broncos, we're top 10 in passing yards per game, 8th. And you're like, okay, well, we're 8th, so how's our run game? 9th, right below it.
Yeah.
We're top 10 both passing.
We're top 10 defense.
Based on those stats, if I were to look at, if I were just to look at those stats, nothing else, I'd say the Broncos were undefeated.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we have struggled in the red zone. That is the biggest thing for me, right here, right meow. And that's right, I said meow. Right here, right meow. I'm straight up saying that the key to this game is we have got to figure out our red zone woes. We have no problem against any team, and I believe this, any team, even the Bills, I don't care, moving the ball between the 20s. None whatsoever.
The number 1 in the NFL on that. Number 1
yes.
in the
NFL. Absolutely no issue. We have got to figure out the red zone.
And
so Johnny, is that a hot take for you tonight? Red zone was perfect.
In my opinion, it's not a hot. It can't be a hot. It's not a hot take. It's a necessity. And we want to win this game. We have to solve our red zone woes.
Johnny, the stats support your claim because the only 2 statistics on here, the lowest statistic we have is due to red zone woes. Everything else, if you look down this list, the Broncos are okay. We're okay, Broncos.
I'm sorry.
Bring that up.
Real quick, I have to. Dave asked, does Isaiah know Super Troopers? It's another classic super white movie.
Yes, I know Super Troopers.
Yes!
A full glass kind of comment there. Terrific.
Absolutely.
So takeaway differential. If we recover those fumbles and we don't fumble at the 1 yard line back-to-back drives, this wouldn't be an issue. This is red zone rules. Everything else is top 10. We're okay, Broncos country. And as we see down here, the defensive passing yards, as we close this out, defensive passing yards, again, and defensive rushing yards, first, fifth, second, fifth. We're balanced on offense and defense.
Boom.
Fifth on defense, eighth and ninth on offense. And this is going to be a defensive, a heavyweight bout where we're just throwing blows left and right. And honestly, what it comes down to is like they always say, whoever wins it, if we can turn the ball over and score off turnovers, we're going to win this game.
You're damn right. You damn right. Now,
let's go predictions.
It's time. First, let's talk food because we got not only us, but we got a bunch of people in the comments throwing out their choices for tonight. So Ty in the house says, I got blue Takis for tonight. I'm not a big fan of the blue. I love the purple bag, the Fuego. That's my favorite of the Takis. Really good, by the way, if you dip it in a green onion dip, by the way. Boom. Dave Glassman saying, cooking while I listen. Don saying, burger and fries for me, right meow. Shadow saying he made pizza, and then he goes on to say it's a kamikaze pizza. I'm not sure what a kamikaze pizza is. Does that mean it kills you after you eat it?
You're dead.
Yeah, you eat it, and then you blow up. You blow yourself up by eating it. Ty says he'll see us later. So, Isaiah, what is your game day food today?
Nothing. I didn't get a chance to cook. Like I said, I came back. I rushed. I was going to actually smoke some wings, and I was actually going to make lemon pepper wings. I was going to take them on the grill, smoke them, and then I was going to fry them. And then after I took them out of the smoke, and make lemon.
All right. So moving on from what he was going to do, Jay, what are you eating today?
Well, me personally, we've covered I don't cook really, but Lindsay has
just such a
homemade
disappointment.
Sweet and sour chicken. So nice homemade Chinese dish for me on the docket.
Very nice.
Shadow Jacker says the kamikaze PC was pizza and pineapple. That's good.
You know what? I only recently tried pineapple on pizza. Finally, I'll be honest. I was one of those social media snobs that thought to myself that fruit did not belong on pizza. I finally gave in and tried some pineapple on pizza, and you know what? I freaking love it.
It's great, dude.
It's fun. Yeah,
it's so good.
I freaking love it.
Johnny, what do you have tonight?
Me? Well, I was because I for whatever reason I thought you were coming over to the house this week to actually watch the game live and do our pregame show together in the same room live. I was gonna do a giant pot of Wendy's style chili, which I don't know about all y'all. I love the chili from Wendy's.
Jay had chili last week.
Yes, he did.
Dude, I've had chili 2 weeks in a row.
I was going to do a giant pot of chili that is styled after the Wendy's style. Comes out very, very good. I make it a little bit spicier than Wendy's does, but not much. I was going to do that with some sour cream and cheese to throw in that because, I mean, can you really eat chili without some sour cream and cheese in that chili? Just saying. But instead, since Isaiah decided to go do his own thing this week, and I'm just doing some boneless buffalo wings, making it simple. Some boneless. I do bone in, but unfortunately, when I went to buy the wings, they were completely sold out of bone in wings. So I had to go for the boneless. Makes me sad, and it's not my style. But I'm using my own buffalo sauce as I always do, and Isaiah can attest to how amazing my buffalo sauce is.
Yes.
I'm making, boneless buffalo wings and some Gouda mac and cheese with meatballs. So that's
closing out. Last minute predictions. Jay, prediction.
41 to 38. Extremely high scoring game. Smash that over button. But Denver does pull it out.
Here we go.
With a comeback from Russ.
It's over.
Yeah. Comeback from Russ to win it.
What's the spread? What's the spread?
45.
45 is over under. 1.5 is spread.
I'm going to go 35-17 over Broncos.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna be the odd man out. How about that? No, but listen. I still have the Broncos winning, okay, covering, but I'm gonna take the under.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say, it is Broncos 21 to 17.
That's a good score. I can see
That
that.
is a good score.
Ultimately it comes out to 38, but I say that we actually get into the end zone 3 times. 0 times are we forced to try to kick a field goal or to kick a field goal, and that the 49ers are held to 2 touchdowns and 1 field goal. So I'm gonna say 21 to 17, the under.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for.
Hold on one second. Oh, okay, my bad. Never mind. Go.
Thank you, everyone, for being here for the Get Bucked Game Day show. Oh yeah, this is because where?
What?
Juwan James don't kill my vibe. Juwan James don't kill my vibe.
What?
Thank you, everyone, for coming to the Get Bucked Game Day show. Don't forget, after the game, tonight's a late one, so it'll be around
10:30 is when it's scheduled, but we might push it back to 10:45.
Back for the Buck Your Feelings post-game show.
By the way, when we do that, we put up the ring fingers. Buck your feelings.
Yes, because it's family friendly.
Go buck yourself.
The host,
San Francisco, other than Kyle and Mike and all them.
the host,
And John Lynch.
Jay Weaver. He will be the host of the post-game show. Don't forget Thursday to catch the flagship podcast, Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue, at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, and 4 p.m. Pacific. So don't forget that. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with your friends. It's game day, baby, and we about to go out there.
Hey, I gotta say it. Let me say it. Hey, San Francisco, get bucked.
Get bucked.
That's
Get
right.
bucked. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you after the game. Thank you so much for coming. Let's go out there. Let's get this win, and let's ride, baby.
Let's ride.
Let's go.